Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, subscribe down below for all things mental health and a bit of ADHD on the weekend and sometimes on Wednesdays. Now this is a really quick video, you can probably tell by the lighting. But I had to make this one because I've been watching a really good podcast by Eckhart Tolle and Russell Brand. I'll put the links down below there. And he mentioned about, in particular, ADHD and the suffering behind it and what essentially develops into the condition. And this is very interesting. I've come across this before, and I've also come across lots of people with ADHD also have a strong connection with religion or spirituality, because the restlessness that we feel is a lack of the primary caregiver being present with us. So if you imagine you're a child and you've got mum or dad or whoever, and they may be there for you, they may show you that they're actually there, but they are not being, if that makes sense. You know, like when you're fully present, you are able to recognize the presence of other things as well. When you're like fully present, you can really appreciate the kind of details and things that you don't necessarily see usually. And I think with what it goes into when you're a child, it's on an unconscious level. You pick up on the fact that your primary caregiver is not being there with you. If they are, great, then, but if they're not, and I know that for a fact of how my dad is, and potentially my mum, my dad's still not like that, so that could be the reason. And this kind of unresolved suffering can be kind of transformed into ADHD or certain attention deficit disorders. Now, I wondered what the link is between spirituality and is there a way to heal this suffering through becoming more present or being yourself? It's interesting because I've met somebody quite recently who is very present, very real to themselves and very aware, but also I recognise that they have got some emotional suffering in the past, and maybe that's how they've healed. So it's one to think about. It's one to think about, instead of trying to get wrapped up in your thinking, try and step out of the thoughts, because you're able to observe them and say, look, I've got this thought right now, but let's just observe the thought and step away from it. And yeah, I think I'm going to look more into that and see like the works of Eckhart Tolle and other spiritualists and see if it helps, because I've got a feeling it could be, because I have noticed that doing certain practices really does just focuses the mind more, and that's one thing that I do find that I struggle with, is focus with ADHD as well. Obviously exercise is crucially important in just getting the dopamine topped up a little bit, but I think it's more kind of other times really, in terms of like handling stress, which is interesting. So little food for thought there. Yeah, if you like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the weekend and potentially on Wednesdays. Alright, see you later.